up, everyone? It is your girl Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace Honey, and today we're gonna get into another 5 brands to dupe themselves. Child, they still out here playing with me. We got some of the usual suspects. We got one that I feel like you're not gonna recognize, and we'll save the one that's on my eyes for the end. But if you love a good dupe video, if you love luxury complexion videos, if you love new makeup releases, and if you love saving some coin and doing some cute eyeshadow looks that are colorful and fun, then this is definitely a place for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I also have a membership if you're more into luxury and fragrance and home decor and a vlog every now and again, then that's definitely the spot for you. You can join down below. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, girl? Okay. So, first 5 brands that dupe themselves is from Be Perfect. Now, I don't know what's going on over there. They haven't had an eyeshadow palette come out in 100 years. I know, what's her name? Stacey Marie had a baby recently, so I don't know if that's why hers got pushed back, because I heard they were supposed to have 2 or 3 more with her after that Interstellar, like, Carnival palette they came out with. But either way, they still have 2 rainbow palettes under their belt by 2 different influencers, mind you. So I figured we talk about those, because I guess it just depends on how big you want your colorful palette, which one you should buy. But my personal favorite is Love Tahiti Carnival 3. I have Carnival 4 as well. I feel like that's the warm tone one, but we know I'm not big on warm tone, so I rarely, if ever, reach for that. I'm actually thinking about putting it on my card. If anyone's interested, comment down below. But this is what she looks like. As you can see, she's nice, she's bright, she's colorful. She has a lot of pink and purple. She has a nice little warm tone section and a nice little blue and green situation. I could have lived without as much warm tone as this, but I know lots of people like warm tones, so I'm one of the ones in the minority for cool tones. But I feel like this has a somewhat good balance. I just want less warm tones. But then we have the Rain palette from Makeup by Elena. I don't know what's going on with her. I haven't seen her on Instagram in forever, so I don't know if something's going on with her, or if, like, you know, she stopped posting on Instagram or something happened dramatically to where she stopped. I honestly have no idea, but this is her palette. Now, although they're not exact, I feel like at the end of the day, they're both rainbow palettes. So it's like, did you really need to do 2 collaborations with 2 people for 2 rainbow palettes? I don't feel like we needed that. This one to me just seems like a more jewel toned, like, rainbow palette, whereas this just seems like more of a traditional rainbow palette, if you will. But either way, it's like y'all even making dupes and collabs. Like, what is this? What is this? What is this? I don't feel like I need both. I do like Makeup by Elena's artistry though, so that's how I end up getting this. I will say though, I prefer Stacey Marie's, mainly because it doesn't have the plus glitters in it. I don't know why Makeup by Elena thought we needed 4 plus glitters, but that alone made me not want this. Plus, I feel like there's a lot more neutral in here than there is in here, and I wasn't feeling that. But the point is, they even duping collabs. Like, I can't. And I feel bad saying that, because I know it's somebody's time and effort that got put into it. But it's like, if you saw this woman and came up with 5 rainbow palettes with the same brand, why would you come out with a jewel tone rainbow palette and expect us to be excited? But I guess I can't say too much, because I did buy it to support her, so there you go. Anyway, the next one we have, of course, like I said, some of the usual suspects. We got Pat McGrath, child. Like, Mother in these damn pink palettes. Like, Mother, how much pink do you think we need? I feel like I should stop saying Mother though, because it's like, we all know Mother don't have to do with this. Mother left them a long time ago. She was like, look, take the name. The name does not define me. And, you know, because they try to do too much pink, now people are tired of them. I'm not tired of Mother. I'm tired of them trying to make it seem like Mother pushing out all these pink palettes. Because before they took creative control and she sold it, we wasn't getting all this pink. So, like I said, I don't know if the same people that bought Mother bought Charlotte Tilbury, and that's why both of them are giving all this pink. Either way, I'm not feeling it. But either way, I feel like these are somewhat similar, because at the end of the day, it's just more pink. Like, I feel like if you covered up the mint shade, this is the same palette as this one in my hand. Except the orange got replaced with the mint. Because, see, watch this. Now tell me, these don't look damn near the same. This is just trophy white gold, and this is a champagne gold or a bronzy gold. But it's the same damn palette. It's just, where my hand is, there should be an orange and not a mint. So why do we need both of these? I mean, I like Bridgerton, and I like the fact that this was unique because it had the mint as opposed to what they normally do. So that's what made me go ahead and get it. But like, just as a general rule, I was like, we didn't need both. We didn't need both. And I personally feel like the formula on this one is better than the formula on this one. But neither one of the formulas are up to the caliber of the majority of her quads. I'm sorry, the majority of her older quads that were made in Italy and her mothership palettes. Neither one of these match that. But there they are duping themselves again. Now the rest, the next 2 are, you know, Glamlite, because Glamlite loves to dupe themselves. Obviously, I'm gonna start off with the most recent one. This would be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air up against the Rick and Morty palette. Again, I understand that this is just a miniature version of this one for people who are overwhelmed by this one, but at the same time, it's like for people who like your brand and buy lots of stuff from your brand, we didn't need both of these. I'm just saying we didn't need both. But I mean, I get it, because a lot of people didn't want to buy this Rick and Morty palette because they thought they were promoting someone who does SA. And they said that the guy wasn't making money from it, and they had kicked him off prior to this going out. But my whole thing is, we don't know if he made money off of it prior to them getting rid of him, or if they just said that he really wasn't going. Because remember, they did that with what was it, Lime Crime, when they were people were trying to make sure that the lady Doe Deer wasn't making any more money off the brand, and they in a roundabout way tried to pretend like she wasn't when she was, because she's still on the board of directors. So allegedly he could have still been making money, and that's why people didn't want to do it. I don't know, but as you can see, these are very similar. If you take off the orange off here, I feel like these are pretty similar in tone. You see it has the blue, it has the green, it has the purple. It does have a couple of neutrals in here that you don't see in this one, so I feel like that's the only real difference you see. But otherwise, I feel like they're similar enough to where if you have this, you don't need this. I like this because, like someone said in my comment section, this is a miniature version of this palette, and I feel like this would be a nice one to travel with, whereas obviously I don't want to travel with this big bulky thing, and it still has a mirror in it, which is what I appreciate about Glamlite. They always put a mirror in there. But yeah, I just felt like we didn't need both of these. Now the quality is the same of both of these palettes, just keep that in mind. So if you, like I said, didn't want to buy this one, you could always get this one, but I just didn't feel like it was a need for these, and I feel like they constantly repeat themselves, because we're gonna talk about them once again. So here we are with them again. First off, I feel like this Garfield and Glamlite is really similar to the Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger. I mean, and Glamlite, because think about it. If you take out the fun orange shade in here, they both have grays, they both have reds, they both have some deeper toned shades. So I feel like these are similar. I'm not trying to say these are exact dupes. I have one that I feel like is a much closer dupe to this, but I just wanted to keep that in your mind. Like, I feel like if you covered up this shade right here, you see a lot more similarities. Like, you see that gray, you see the gray in here, you see the reds in here, you see the reds in here. You even have like a red with a shifting color in it, and the Abu Dhabi shade is red with an orange shift. This is red with a green shift. So it's like they still have quite a few similar shades in them. I feel like at least half of this palette could be similar to half of this palette, just because there's 1, 2 reds, then there's 3, then you got the gray, which is 4. So I just named almost half of this palette because there's only 10 shades in here. So I feel like these are somewhat similar. I'm not trying to say these are 100% exact. That's why I have another palette to show that's closer in similarity to this palette. For those of you who are like, yeah, that one isn't close, I'm not saying it's close. It's just the fact that you have so many things that still give off somewhat of a similar vibe means that we don't need to buy everything from you because you keep repeating. Now I know they're trying to stay true to the you know, what do you call it, they're trying to stay true to the theme of whatever it is they're making the color stories from, but it's like when you have a whole bunch of things that are really similar, you get tired after a while. Like, that's why I didn't buy the Frosted Flakes palette when it initially came out, because you just came out with the blue and red icy. So it's like, I got this all blue palette from you, I can just grab some oranges out of some warm tone palettes in my collection, and I don't need this Frosted Flakes palette, you know. So last one we have to talk about before we get into the one that's on my eyes is, again, the Freddy Krueger and the Betty Boop palette. I feel like these are pretty similar as well. Now these are, I feel like, are a little bit closer than that one is, because I feel like if you cover up the mauve tone shades, like this is just the Freddy Krueger palette. This is the Freddy Krueger palette with mauve shades. This is just the Freddy Krueger palette, because you have that more taupe shade that's supposed to be your transition shade. It's lighter than this shade right here, but those are giving similar vibes. Like, I feel like if this shade was deeper, it would be similar to this. You have the black, this has the black. You have lots of reds, this has lots of reds. You have your shimmers and whatnot. So I feel like if you already had the Freddy Krueger palette, you didn't necessarily need the Betty Boop one, because they just added mauves to the Betty Boop palette to make it seem like it was different. But the majority of these are the same. Like, instead of like a silver shade in Betty Boop, you have the white with the, I think it's green and blue shifts to it. So these to me are really similar, to the point where it's like you didn't really need this. Like, what was the purpose? Why? Other than they just wanted to collab with Betty Boop, because I'm like, they're just really similar, and I didn't personally feel like I needed both, but to each his own. So we're gonna get to the last one to talk about now, and that's the one that's on my eye. Now this is the first time I feel like this brand has duped themselves, so I'm happy for them that I don't have them in here frequently, because I hate when I have brands in here frequently, because I'm like, then what is the point of buying it from me? If every time I look up I can find a dupe of you somewhere else, then what was the point of me buying it from me? You know, like, that's just my personal thing. I don't know about you all, but that's how I be feeling about this stuff. So I'm just like, Anyway, we're gonna get into it now. So this is a Fantasy Cosmetic. I feel like they haven't been in here before. You can comment down below and tell me if they have, but I swear they have not. So this is the Wizard palette and the Cradle and Ice, the newest one they came out with. Now these aren't exact, but my whole thing is like, you came out with 2 blue palettes in 1 year and just changed what other tones you put in with the blues. Because the Wizard one came out first, and it has the yellows in it, whereas the Cradle and Ice just came out recently and it has the mauves. And I have other palettes in my collection that are similar to this, so to me this wasn't really a need. It's similar to the Amy Loves palette, it's similar to Soul Blooming from Nala, it's similar to Jewels and Gems from Uda's Eye. So it's like, I already have 3 palettes I just named that are similar to this. Now the Soul Blooming, if you're more of a warm tone person who still wanted a pop of blue, then you would like that better than you would like this palette right here. However, I feel like I can just name off 3 palettes like that are really similar to this palette that just came out. So to me this wasn't necessary. I just want to see how the blues in this one compares to the blues in this one. So that's why I ended up getting both of them. You can comment down below and tell me which eye you prefer. Do you prefer the Wizard eye, or do you prefer the Cradled and Ice eye? Or just tell me which eye you like. Do you like this side, or do you like this side? So there you go. But as you can see, they're very similar. They have similar blues in them, and if you wanted a blue palette, it just depends on what your preference is when it comes to the blues. If you want more neutrals so you can wear your neutrals every day and have a pop of blue when you feel like having a pop of blue, then obviously Cradle and Ice would be better for you. If you're more like me who just loves color and wears color whenever you want, then I feel like Wizard would be better for you. But overall, I don't feel like I personally needed both, and since they already had a blue palette, I felt like it was a little early to be launching another blue one, but to each his own. But those are the palettes I had to talk to you about today. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all, the diamonds, subscribe down below. My membership is down below if you're interested. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.